Should you pre-order Starfield? Well, the better question is, should you pre-order any game nowadays? Seeing as the majority of games have a plethora of launch problems. With that in mind, is there any reason at all to pre-order Starfield? Well, there are still these things called pre-order bonuses that game companies use to convince you to buy in early. So you can wait for the reviews like a sane person, but that does mean you miss out on this super exclusive limited edition helmet, booster pack and laser cutter. Yeah, it ain't great. That's literally all you get for the standard edition of the game. A reskin of 3 basic items. So my advice would be, if you are planning on buying the standard edition of Starfield, just wait for the reviews and buy it on launch. And let's be honest, in a couple days after launch the modders will have probably created cooler skins than the ones you miss out on by not pre-ordering. Despite the standard edition not being that enticing to pre-order, there are still 2 other versions of Starfield that look a lot better in my opinion. But those also come at a higher price. With the standard edition being $70, the premium edition $100, and the consolation or collector's edition being $300. Let's first talk about the premium edition. You get the original soundtrack, a digital art book and 4 additional skins in the theme of Constellation. These include a laser rifle, spacesuit, helmet and boost pack, which do look a little better than the old Mars skins in my opinion, but I still don't really care for skins in a game like this. Luckily, this isn't all you're getting. The premium edition also includes Starfield's first DLC. It's the first story expansion, which will be part of an expansion pack, and it is called Shattered Space. This DLC alone will probably justify a large part of the $30 upcharge. We don't know its price yet, but if you want to buy this DLC separately, my guess would be that you pay around $15 to $20 for it. Then the last main selling point of the premium edition is that you get 5 days early access. So that would mean that you will be able to play Starfield on September 1st. And I know people will be turned off by the scummy sales tactic to let people play early, as long as they pay extra, but I do think the premium edition is pretty good value overall. If we make a little calculation, the DLC is, let's say, worth $15. The skins, I would personally not pay more than $5 for them, but normally skin packs like this could easily cost you between $10 and $20. Looking at you, Ubisoft. But I am going to calculate 5, because it's just not worth more in my opinion. And the soundtrack and art book could go for another 5. So that leaves $5 for the early access, which I think is pretty good. That covers the premium edition. Now let's move on to the Constellation edition. The item everything revolves around is this. The Chronomark watch, which is a replica of the one you get at the beginning of Starfield. In the game, it acts as a part of your HUD, where it displays various environmental information. And it's also your compass, which points you towards your quest objective or other points of interest in the area. The real life one connects to your phone and also displays environmental information, and it even tells the time. I do think it's a step up from the usual collector's editions, which in most cases includes a statue as the main item. So with the watch, it has use outside of just sitting on a shelf. You can actually use it. Although I don't know how many people are gonna be wearing it, since it looks a bit like a toy watch. So even if you just want to display it, it does come in a really nice case, so it will look good on your shelf. Other than that, the Constellation edition comes with 3 other small goodies. A steelbook display case, a Constellation patch and a credit stick with the in-game code. For the people who don't know, a credit stick holds credits, the currency in Starfield. So it's the equivalent of a coin pouch or cap stash from past Bethesda games. In conclusion, I think the standard edition is not worth it to pre-order. There's just no real upside to buying it now, and it's better to buy it on launch after the reviews have come out. For the premium edition, I do think it's worth it if you're really hyped for Starfield and can't wait the extra 5 days. And all the stuff included does justify the $30 upcharge in my opinion. Then for the Constellation edition, it does really depend on how much you like the look of this watch. But if you really like it and you have too much money lying around, I would say it's worth it. That was all for the Starfield pre-orders. For everyone who is looking for some new official Starfield content, I saw that Bethesda put out 3 short animations a couple hours ago. So give those a watch to suffice your Starfield needs. I'll link them in the description. And if you want to see more of my Starfield content, click that subscribe button and choose one of these 2 videos. Then I hope to see you all at the next one.